welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. I am your host, Brian Barnaby. And let's just say the boys are back in town.
She got away, never to say. She can't joke, she don't know what to do.
Let's go to the window. It's a dog, dude. Their hot dogs are so good.
Where?
Oh, so maybe a shake, some onion rings.
Dude.
She's gotta go. She's gotta go. She's gotta go. Bye, bye.
Hot dogs, they'll have fries. Finally, it's a 9. They'll dogs. It's 9.
Oh, really?
9:30.
Let's do it later.
Just kind of fries. Do it later.
After screen time.
Yeah.
I make it bar. I make it make it explode. Hit your nose. Hit your nose.
Get ready. It's coming.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Court. I am your host, Brian Barnaby. We got Tony in town. He was able to get out of bed this morning, despite a rough weekend, but we love having him here, of course. How you doing, Tony?
I'm doing okay, dude. You know, but I'm happy to be here. Happy you can have me.
Yeah, absolutely. And our super producer, Maine Magic Mike. What's going on, bro?
Hey, man. How are you?
Doing
How was
well,
Rhode Island?
Well, loved it. You know, beach over there, great. Nice getting the ocean. You know, the sound here. Imposter, right?
Yeah,
And fraud.
Oh yeah,
Fraud.
easily, dude. The
Complete
sound
fraud.
out here.
So enjoyed it, but ready to get back to work. And
ready to get back
for
to
the
work.
first time in a long time, we have Gino joining us.
Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, guys? What's up?
I mean, I can't even point to it how long it's actually been.
Wait,
it feels
Gino,
like
do you
it was
have-
a year.
Hold on,
honestly.
though. Gino, we're just got to get this out of the way. Do you have echo?
I do have echo.
I knew you had echo.
Oh, the echo, dude.
Now
here
he
we
doesn't.
go.
Hold on.
Here we go.
And now we're good, folks.
Yes, we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
we're good. Look at that. First try.
All
So
right.
we've
First
learned
try.
it now. We fixed the issues.
But
Love
Gino,
French
I'm
fries.
just
Ooh,
thinking
sizzling
like
French fries
NBA
with salt
playoff
and
wise,
oil.
like was it conference finals last time you were on?
Dude, it was
No, I think I was on 2 weeks. Yeah, probably the end of the conference finals. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a lot to catch up on. I'm
I
excited
know.
for
I know. I have a lot to say. I have a lot to say on Giannis.
I'm looking
changing my
forward.
tune.
Clearly, you're not changing your room.
You can.
Boom!
I see some furniture in there. I think it's new. What's over your right shoulder there? That rack.
Dude, come on.
I
Can
mean,
you
that's
have-
been there. Maybe it's just
in
activity
there?
like this.
Oh, dude.
Look, it's literally this. Like he has not
Come
added
on,
a poster.
bro.
No freaking.
I know. I'm sorry. I have to go home and get my stuff, and I really, whenever I go home, I always forget to pick it up and bring it back, and it's,
Bring it back.
But that being said, we are going to start in the world of Major League Baseball.
Stop talking over.
Giving chases Judge, and he dives into the stand.
Rock begins the season with an overpowering strikeout of Ronald Acuna.
The wall is gone! 3-run home run! What's going on here? I love it. He drives one to the moon. High, deep, and very gone.
All right. So the weekend that was,
Do you
lot
hear
to
this
cover
energy?
between the Yankees, the Mets. Of course, we'll start with the Yankees. Interesting start, especially. I mean, it seemed catastrophic. Whether it's Thursday that the game's canceled, that Judge, Urshela, Higgy, and Nestor Cortez all on the COVID list, so they're all going to be out for a little bit. So terrible way to start, and then they follow it up with a 4-0 dud. Red Sox take the game on Friday, and Jordan Montgomery pitched well. Another quality start, 6 innings, 3 runs, 4 Ks. The Yankees have not scored in his last 5 starts. I mean, that's insane.
That's horrific. You feel so bad for him. I mean, dude, no run support. What do you expect? I mean, that wasn't a bad outing. 6 innings, 3 earned runs is not terrible. It's average, right? But still, dude.
I mean, I would say even in the prime of all this stuff with DeGrom pitching, like the Mets not scoring, they never even did that.
No.
Ever.
Well,
I mean,
about
0
that.
though. They had to have gotten 1 in 5 starts. I mean, there's no way 0.
Oof. All right, got to do the check.
Oh, I'm questioning that. Like,
There we are. Found you guys.
Oh,
oh,
Folks, just
You know, bear with us.
Bear with us.
A big shout out to Optimum Cable
Optimum,
for dropping the ball and just not doing their job. You know, don't you love when people just don't do their job?
Tell them what's going on.
So essentially, there's too many people who are using Optimum service in our area right now. And this has been an ongoing thing, apparently since May 9th, right? So their solution, because there's not enough bandwidth for all the people, is to essentially split, I guess, their signal. And last we heard, there's not a date even scheduled.
Well, it just came back up. It was,
but apparently it came back up today. We had no Wi-Fi here the past couple of days, literally none. Couldn't use laptops. So obviously today we were like,
that's what happens when you don't have Wi-Fi. Yes.
And I guess we thankfully got some Wi-Fi here to do the stream, but it's obviously pretty shoddy because again, people at Optimum
are trash.
They're not doing their job.
You know who their number one spokesperson is in the sports world? Aaron Boone.
No way.
Big sponsorship.
No. Get out of here.
No, I'm just kidding. But it would make sense, would it not?
It would make sense. You almost have. If you kept going saying yes, I probably would have believed.
I would have been like, and I would have done that.
I would have
Aaron
spread
Boone
that rumor. Yeah. Optimum spokesperson.
No, he's like Nielsen Dodge, like he's the Nielsen deals. I have to hear it on the fan all the time.
Wasn't
it's like enough.
What was the commercial that Judge and Stanton were just on? I don't think it was Optimum. It might have been T-Mobile or something.
I think it was T-Mobile.
Pretty funny commercial though.
Yeah. To boot.
You know, at least they pump out some type of good content. You know.
But you know,
dude, Optimum. Just honestly,
Optimum. Forget about it. And
you can do better.
Back to where we
Optimum,
were.
be better.
You know, a shame because Montgomery's been pitching well. Offense, you know, just wasn't there. I mean, 3 for 30 on Friday. So that was just what a way to start. But it's not how you start; it's how you finish. Saturday and Sunday. They played their best games of the season. You look at only a 6-inning game on Saturday. And let me say that I need to take over the weather department at Yankee Stadium because they delayed it an hour. No rain. I mean, I just we've seen this happen all across Major League Baseball.
Delays, yeah.
You can't do it. And how do you not have the right radar?
I don't know.
I mean, crazy. So they delayed an hour. They finally start. 15 minutes in, it starts raining. Light to start, heavy to end. So they end up getting 6 innings in. Cole goes the whole way, strikes out 11, only gives up 1 run. He's been on fire, you know, since that Mets start where he didn't look good. He's pitched 15 innings, 23 Ks, 8 hits, 1 run. I mean, that's a living legend. It really is. I mean,
yeah, man. I mean, you see it in his face. No, honestly, not like no joke.
Yeah.
You see the fire in his eyes.
Yeah,
and I think his focus is definitely.
I heard though something
had an uptick. What?
I heard something though.
What did you hear?
That apparently he found something new to use.
Oh, like an illegal substance? Really? Yeah. Are you being serious, or are you just?
No.
Yeah, I think I saw that on one of those fake magazines they have in the grocery store.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But no, I've been impressed with how he stepped up, and I think he kind of thinks, you know what, I'm going to lead this team. I'm going to put this team on my back. I'll throw 150 pitches if I have to. I honestly think that's his mindset. So love to see it out of him. Did homer in that game, and Gleyber Torres
back to
first home run in a month. And this was the Yankees' first win over the Red Sox. So love to see that. And then to just finish it off, Sunday Night Baseball, 9-1. They blow out the Red Sox in Tyone. Another good start. 5 1/3, 4 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 3 Ks. Torres homers again. And they get home runs from Odor and Lamare. And they also played small ball here. 2 stolen bases in a game for the first time since opening day. Odor bunted for a hit. They had a sac fly. I mean, it was really maybe their best game of the year yesterday, just for the fact that they blew them out and they did the little things that they haven't done all season.
No, yeah, easily. Just like you said, I mean, I think what kind of separated them from the Red Sox is that they were playing fundamental baseball.
Right.
You know, which is something they didn't do all year. I mean, stealing bases, their base run has been horrific. We've talked about it, and you kind of see them almost turning over a new leaf. And
all right, seems like we've lost them again. So I'll carry on while Tony is gone, and who knows if he'll be back. Yeah, I mean the Yankees, and they actually started to look a little bit better this weekend. And I think that carries over from before the All-Star break too, with Houston as well. Had that bad game against Houston to end before the All-Star break, and then the bad game to start against the Sox. But the last 2 games have looked pretty good.
And I don't know, maybe if it was
he's back, I think. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I think he's frozen. I'm not sure if we're gonna get. I'm not sure if we're gonna get Tony again. Yeah. Oh, yep. There we go.
You're never not gonna have Tony.
Ah, shit.
I kind of forgot. I lost my train of thought here. Just go on. Just whatever you were saying. Just keep going.
Well, I don't really know. Like
Yankees.
Like, should I just like fill in when you guys go out?
Obviously, yeah, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's
That'd be the professional thing to do,
right?
But basically,
that's what I was thinking.
What we want to hear from you, Gino, is just overall.
What Bars wants to hear.
No. I want your overall opinion of what you saw this weekend. Do you feel better? I mean, what did you see out there?
Well, first off, on the rain thing, I had Red Sox fans are possibly the worst people on the face of the planet.
Well, I mean, we've known that for a while.
They're just so annoying. They cry all the time on Saturday. All it was like the Yankees are trying to ruin the season for us. This chorus like, let's change the rules of baseball now. Let's finish all these games that are rained out. I mean, it's one loss. They lost to us all year, and it's the end of the world for them. So that was a little annoying. But I think that the Yankees are starting to look a little bit better. You think back to before with Houston as well. They played well against Houston. Except for obviously that last game. But I think we might be starting to turn a corner here. I still think we need some moves to improve the team. But I think maybe we're headed in the right direction. And also Mike the Echo's back.
Yeah, no, and I agree with you, Gino. I mean, you look at it in the standings. I mean, you're 7 back of the Red Sox now, 6 in the loss column. So you did make up a game in this series, and they're 3.5 games out of a wild card. They've won their last 3 series, so it does appear they are headed in the right direction. And it's kind of funny, like it does seem like having these guys from Scranton like really help.
Yeah, I think what Barnes was going to say was the guys from Scranton are really helping, which I would agree with. It seems like these guys have kind of lit a fire, a lot of passion, guys playing for, an opportunity to continue on the team. So
helps them just because they're.
I think he's coming back. I can hear him.
Yeah, no, and I agree with you, lighting the fire. And also just the fact that like I said, Judge, of course, makes a huge difference when he's in there. But I think you could argue whoever you want to put out there is better than what you were getting from Frazier, obviously from Gardner, and possibly Andor. I mean, he's hit well in spots, but just situationally, I like what Greg Allen's done in these couple games. And Lamare, I'm not the biggest fan of, but I mean, he did homer last night, had 2 hits. So maybe just the fact that these guys go for contact is just a blessing in disguise for the Yankees.
Yes, I love contact hitters. They're my favorite players on the face of the planet, especially with this Yankees team. They just need a couple guys to sprinkle in there that are contact hitters. I'm cool with mostly power bats, but you need a couple guys who can drive and runs, play the small ball. And I think that's what we're starting to see. And again, like I said, guys playing for their spots on this team, guys playing for contracts and stuff like that. I mean, it's, you're starting to see some passion from the team and some fight. And I think that, as the season goes on, and now we got, 2 games against the Phillies and then 4 against the Sox and 3 against the Rays. This is a really important stretch coming up. So I think that.
Get off the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Say that again, Tony.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? We are back. But yeah, I think it helps out that they're doing the little things. So maybe Allen, I could see him helping out. Honestly, I really can, and I just think. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is the time. At the end of the day, it's embarrassing, as bad as it's been. You're 3.5 back in the wild card. I mean, that's doable with 68 games left in the season.
I think it's very doable for sure. However, to say this is it, I don't know. I mean, I feel like you've said that quite a few times this season with the Yankees. But I mean, I will say, dude, they are in.
He definitely has. He's always.
Oh
like,
yeah, like almost
after a win, it's World Series. After a loss, but
is this Tolino 99? Is he secretly calling in?
oh my God!
I'm kidding. I agree. I agree.
No, but
Gino.
I mean, they absolutely are taking a step in the right direction. But now it's a matter to see how consistent they can be with that type of play.
Gino, did you hear some of the ridiculous stuff A-Rod was saying on the broadcast? Or did you not?
I didn't. I did not, but I heard, I saw tweets about it. I just didn't know exactly what was being said.
How about he made the analogy with all the injuries on the Yankees and in the outfield? I think had 9 career home runs last night because everyone was out. That he compared it to a country western because everybody's down.
I mean, he's a special guy, that A-Rod. He's been something in the booth. Yeah, A-Rod has been something in the booth. He's an interesting fellow, that guy. I don't know. He seems to be losing his marbles a little bit. Maybe the J-Lo breakup.
Dude,
He
marbles, he said.
Losing his marbles.
He called out Stanton so bad. He said, yeah, just up there, he's just not ready to hit. If you're Giancarlo Stanton, but it's just out with him.
Right.
Like he takes too many pitches. Like just go.
Right.
It's a confidence thing right now. And right now the confidence isn't there.
Yeah.
Thanks for bearing with us.
No. I'm trying to piece together certain things that you guys are saying.
What?
Or you want to just finish it at Sakura?
No, let's go
No,
fast.
I'm kidding. So yeah, off today, 2 games set at home against the Phillies, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then another Red Sox series in Fenway. A lot to be determined, but I'm confident. I really am. Hope they can make some moves, and let's see what happens.
Nice, dude. Turbo boost, huh?
Right? I mean, what else are you going to say? And then, so I feel good. We'll get the off day. Let's regroup. Judge Town.
Point in the standings, but I mean, you look at a game, take it from Friday. First, obviously, they was 4-1.
I don't find it.
I find a little bit of the irony. Gino, you still there?
Yes. Are we
Gino,
on the
you got
Mets? Yes.
We are on the
we're on the
Mets. God damn it!
I know we switched and you guys cut out, so I didn't know, so I couldn't carry on with the conversation because I didn't know what we were on yet.
All right. Are we carrying on, producer man?
To the 2 viewers out there, we're talking about Mets and Pirates.
All right, we're trying to carry on here. So anyway, Friday, right? What?
You're here. Go.
Got a hot one there.
So no run support. I mean, for 3 hits. It's on 8th and 9th inning. Absolutely crumble. Okay. Seth Lugo in a very not like Seth Lugo, thirds of an inning. And I mean, I'm not that worried. I think it's just a little, it happened. And you get Diaz, who has the opportunity to close out the game. It's so brutal at this point with Diaz. And it's easy. It's easy fix, I feel. It's just his location is off. I mean, you think of him in the beginning of the season, he was on fire.
Right.
Absolutely on fire. So whatever is going wrong, I feel like it should be relatively simple for him or the pitching coaches to pinpoint it and to fix it, at least if it's mechanical.
Right.
I mean, if it's mechanical, I feel like that really shouldn't be an issue. And I mean, I don't know. He goes out there. He doesn't seem don't head sort of deal. So it's more of an issue for the Mets. Because you can't. And then we go Sunday up there to start, and I think he's a couple of hits, and then there's I forget who the batter is, but he hits like what looked to be foul at first, right? Ended up being a fair ball. It was a bouncer right in front of home plate, kind of rolled down the third base line. Calls it fair, and Walker's right there, and instead of going to pick it up, instead of any of the Mets players going to pick up and play the ball, they all decide to argue with the ump. And meanwhile, the third base coach of the Pirates is just waving everyone in. Like fair or foul, whatever the call is, like he called it fair. You have to play the ball at first. Like just
Right.
play, dude. Like you can't just sit there and argue and let like 4 people score. Unacceptable. It was nice to see Rojas out there screaming at the umpire.
I heard he's looking at a suspension because he made the little contact with the umpire.
He did. Oh my God. Well, I think the third base umpire came over to try to separate him, and he was throwing his chest out there. And Rojas isn't a small guy, dude. Like he's pretty shredded actually, and he is just screaming. And I mean, we haven't seen Rojas like that all season, so it's kind of nice to see him out there, supporting the team and fired up the rest of the team as well.
The things people say these days, right?
I can't.
Yo, keep the conversation going, Mike.
So, Pirates keep the conversation coming. Pirates scored 6 in the first inning. Bullpen comes in, pitches 8 innings scoreless.
Right.
Scoreless, which is phenomenal to see from the bullpen. Aaron Loop got into a bases loaded jam in the 7th inning with no outs, strikes out the next 3 batters like a real pro, just calm, cool, collected on the mound. It was really impressive to see from him. And then Conforto, top 9. 2-run homer. Conforto was not having a little bit.
I didn't know he could still hit.
I know. He was in a little bit of a slump, and he cranks one. And then May comes in the 9th, closes it out. Good end to the week. Should have been a sweep easily. It should have been at least 2 games at that point, easily. But I guess
Did you enjoy hearing Gary Thorne filling in for Gary Cohen?
He was pretty good, actually. I thought.
Barnes, speaking of commentators, I thought about my favorite guy. He's an NBA guy. I don't know his name, but he does this. Oh me, oh my. He does like OKC games. He's done Sonics.
So he's not a national broadcaster.
No.
Oh, okay. I haven't heard him. I'll have to hear him though. That's kind of funny. But I didn't realize Cohen. I'm not Cohen, but Thorne isn't. He was the Orioles play-by-play guy for like 20 years.
Right.
He's done now.
I don't
know. I don't know what if he's going to get back on ESPN with the hockey maybe or something.
I don't know. I mean, I was trying to do some research. I couldn't find much on him, but I would have
the Orioles play-by-play guy. I have to say, I was pretty surprised. But that being said, I mean, you got your 3-game series in Cincinnati starting tonight, and then we did get the injury news over the weekend. LINDOR and DEGROM on the IL. Division game down to 2 games. I mean, what are your thoughts here? How do you like stop this crashing train?
Oh God, I mean, easy crashing. Take it easy.
I mean, you had to admit it.
Yeah, it's going downhill. Yes, I mean it's tough. DeGrom has which is always tough. Obviously, you use your oblique for a lot of things, especially in game. I mean, your whole swing is using your oblique essentially. So, are you right, Mike?
So yeah, I think we might have to restart our computer, and Gino might have to just hold down the fort for a sec because that might fix our issue.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I can do that. I can hold on the fort. All right. Yeah. I'll hold down the fort. I think Tony was going on to the oblique situation. And I mean, I think that's something that we here in New York have seen already with, I think I'm continuing with Aaron Judge. And unfortunately, that's an injury that is a very interesting injury that could keep you out for a very long period of time. So it will be something definitely to keep an eye on with LINDOR. I think this is the first time they've put DeGrom on the IL all season, despite him having some injury concerns. So I think they finally got to the point where things started to build up and they realized, okay, maybe it's time for, maybe it's time to just put him on the IL and give him a few starts off and save him because especially if as this race continues to be close and the Phillies 2 games back, the Braves 4 games back, and the Nationals 6 games back, all within, striking distance still, you're going to need him down the line. So that's, something I think that was a good idea by the Mets to just put him on the IL, especially with forearm tightness. That's something I don't think he's experienced yet and something that can be very, very serious in terms of possibility of Tommy John and stuff like that. So definitely something to keep an eye on there. LINDOR, of course, started to get going, now injured. Tony saying, I'll show the comments because I have that power and ability. Thank you, Tony, for sharing this. I'm doing my best here to hold it down while the guys are fixing things on their end. But again, yeah, these are 2 injuries that, especially for a team in the Mets that is coming off a little bit of a bad series here, not good moving forward. They have, I know that the Yankees play the Phillies, so obviously, as much as it may hurt Mets fans, probably going to have to root for the Yankees the next couple games. The Mets have the Reds, so that will be, an interesting series for them. The Reds currently in second place in the NL Central. So the Mets, things are getting a little shaky now, and now it's time to, start to figure out this team and hopefully, steady the ship again as they have really all season. Are you guys back? I think you guys are back.
Figure out.
Hello?
Figure out this team. Hopefully,
Michael?
The ship again as they have.
Michael?
Are you guys back?
I think I.
Hello?
Hello. I think you guys are here.
I mean,
yes.
Basically, Tony, I mean, what Gino is alluding to that, it's a tricky spot. And I guess my question is, what is the path out to consistency and just back to where they were, maybe 2 weeks ago?
Right. I mean, again, it's going to be tough, especially with with DeGrom being out. I really think they're going to kind of make sure they properly rehab and assess him. It's worrisome when the way he was talking about this injury compared to his older injuries.
Right.
He was shrugging them off, a little bit of pain, whatever, I can get through it. It's because I was swinging the bat. He is now saying that this forearm tightness is because of his pitching. So it's obviously hindering his pitching. It's because of the pitching. So I would imagine he's not going to be pitching for a while. And hopefully there's nothing major going on there. I mean, not having LINDOR isn't, yes, as he was getting, starting to get going at the plate. And of course, it's a huge defensive loss not having him at shortstop. But Guillorme was out there looking good at shortstop, even Villar too, as well. And I just think at this point, you have to hope that when Syndergaard and Carrasco come back, that they're going to come in hot, come in firing on all cylinders. And I think with them back in the rotation, hopefully they remain healthy and the rest of our team remains healthy. And we don't have a bad lineup. We really don't. I mean, we have good hitters between Nimmo, Guillorme, even Smith, Alonso, McNeil. I mean, these are all good hitters we have. It's just a matter of how the starting pitching is going to kind of now unravel with DeGrom possibly being out for a while.
Is this the first time he's dealt with forearm tightness this season? Because I know he's had a bunch of injuries, but
forearm tightness.
Yeah, first time with forearm tightness. Before it was right side tightness, lat issue.
Yeah.
I believe it was chalked up to like tendinitis or something like that. that he has had and has been dealing with. So it seems that this is a new issue that is kind of a standalone, separate issue. So hopefully, obviously, we'll keep an eye on what type of diagnosis he gets and how they can kind of move forward with him.
Yeah, and obviously a much more serious issue with the forearm tightness. Obviously, we know what that can lead to in some cases.
Right. God forbid, knock on wood.
And do you feel, though, their season rides with him? Like if he's, let's say, he missed the whole rest of the year, I mean, is it over in your mind?
I wouldn't say it's over, no. But, I mean, it's a massive blow, of course. But, no, I mean, I think the Mets could rally around the rest of their pitchers. I mean, like I said, their bullpen on Sunday was dominant, I mean, they let up no runs the rest of the game. And to boot, I mean, hopefully Stroman kind of finds himself to boot. All right, I say to boot a lot. What do you want from me, dude?
What does it even mean? Oh, no.
I don't.
To boot. What does to boot mean?
Yeah, hopefully Stroman kind of comes because Stroman's getting kind of banged.
I'm gonna have Stroman reset the mode.
Oh, we're back.
You're back.
But yeah, I mean, bullpen pitch well, but I mean, I think it's a big thing is, I mean, how do you get Diaz right though?
True. Yeah. I mean, it's like I mentioned, I don't know what it's got to be a mental issue, I guess.
Right.
It's tough to say. Like I said, something like a mechanical issue. I mean, you would think that their pitching coaches and Diaz can work on that. Like, what are you doing?
Would you want to bring in Kimbrel?
You think I would want to bring in Kimbrel?
Or not necessarily replace him, but I'm saying just add him to the pen.
I mean, I guess I feel like Kimbrel sometimes has been
this year though. It's like
I know
best closer in the league,
but it's tough. I feel like he's been inconsistent in other years. So, but bringing in possibly another reliever, I would think is not out of the question.
Yeah, and this way you can give him a break, every now and then.
Let him kind of settle down or figure out whatever he needs.
I mean, so how do you feel about tonight though? I mean, first game of the set in Cincinnati, Eichhoff versus Gutierrez. I mean, what are you expecting?
Honestly, dude, I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. I think we're the Reds, I think, have at this point, where are they in Central?
Second.
Because they're second, right?
Back.
So they're 7 back from Milwaukee. I mean, I think they're going to be playing with a little bit more of an urgency at this point, for sure. And they are in Cincinnati, which I believe they've been doing pretty well. So just a couple of stats. Mets are 1-4 in their last 5 games, obviously, versus NL Central teams. Reds are 7-3 in their last 10 against teams with winning records, right? So they've been winning games.
Yeah, the Mets are also 20-28 on the road, so that'll be interesting. The Mets got
games against good teams. Oh, sorry,
there you go. I was just going to say the Mets are 20-28 on the road, so that's
right. So they don't do well on the road. Jared Eichhoff also hasn't done well on the road, who obviously pitching tonight. But I mean, yeah, it's tough. Cincinnati has a good lineup. Even Shogo is decent. I think Tucker Barnhart, I'm pretty sure, leads the team in terms of home runs. I think he has 19. Nick Castellanos has 18. They have good hitters. So it should be interesting to see. We're going to need a lot of run support from our lineup, I think, tonight.
Yeah, no, that's what I was going to say. It's like you got to score, otherwise you're not going to win.
Right, exactly.
It's that simple. Eichhoff, I mean, at best, I would say 6-3, maybe 5-3, maybe Tyone back in the day.
Right.
So push comes to shove. They got it tonight or no?
I'm trying to be non-biased here.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think they do.
Yeah. No, I think honestly this has like a 7-2 written all over it.
Oh, don't do
Rojas
it like that,
may be ejected
dude.
again in order to fire up the team.
Right. Suspended on the spot.
Hey, we'll see what happens, and if they can turn it around. And I think honestly their struggles is a signal to possibly the Nationals, to the Phillies, to the Braves to maybe be buyers right now and say this thing is up for grabs. I mean, we can do this despite our struggles up to this point.
Yeah, for sure. The Braves just got Peterson.
Oh yeah,
right?
Peterson. But Peterson, I would rather have David Peterson than Jack Peterson, honestly.
Oh,
I'm not a big Jack guy. I don't know what
really
you think.
He's on my fantasy team, so I would like him to do well. But other than that, I'm kind of indifferent.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, we'll see if you can make an impact. But that being said, other than that, I mean, anything else you got?
All right, I think
On the Mets, sorry?
Oh,
are we back?
yes, you're here. I can hear you. Oh, wait, no, you're gone, and I'm back. Yeah. So in terms of tonight, Yankees got an off night, which is good before they play Philly tomorrow. The Mets, the Reds coming off a 3 straight losses to the Brewers, which obviously has hurt them in the standings. But I think this like Tony said, this Reds team has enough going tonight that I think that they'll pull out the victory tonight. It's going to be a tough stretch here for the Mets. They have the Reds, then they get the Cardinals, the Cubs, the Reds again. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the Reds schedule. My apologies. The Mets next few games are the Reds, the Blue Jays, the Braves, and then the Reds again. So that's going to be a tough little stretch here that they're going to have to get through. It's going to be interesting. I'm sure we'll get a diagnosis on DeGrom and Lindor sometime soon. Hopefully not long injuries for their sake, but we'll see. The trade deadline is also approaching very quickly. I think July, within the next 2 weeks, I think it is. So, I think we're going to start to get some moves here, some moves going and some things flying around. So, hopefully both for the Mets and the Yankees' sake, we see some moves happening. The Yankees need maybe another pitcher and another bat, maybe a lefty in there. The Mets obviously are going to need, I think the Mets need another bat and may need another pitcher depending on how things go with DeGrom and how the rest of the rotation looks like, but not much time to figure it out. So hopefully the Mets can get a little bit of an idea of what the rotation looks like without DeGrom and how well they can perform here before the next couple weeks happen. But that is about it for baseball. I don't think that there's anything else crazy happening in the baseball world. The standings, White Sox still lead, Astros and Sox, and then the Mets, the Brewers, and the Giants still in the lead in the NL West, which I think is the craziest story of this season so far. The Giants 58-34 with the best record in baseball, I believe. The best record in baseball. And they're a game, the game above the Dodgers and 5 games above the Padres. This did happen over the weekend. Obviously, amongst all the crazy New York things, there was also the shooting at Nationals Park, which was, of course, just a very, crazy, sad thing that was that happened this weekend. And just reading those stories, kind of a very somber moment. I was just talking about the national.
Yeah,
National Park
terrible.
game.
Luckily, no one actually died. Obviously, injury is not good, but it's a terrible situation.
I'm reading the comment from Tony here. Tony to go golf.
No, it's fine. You can continue. I mean, we can.
You have a tea time?
But yeah, no, I don't have a tea time. I played the other day.
Okay. What were you? What'd you shoot?
I think I shot 50 on 9.
Okay.
Like
hey,
not bad.
Yeah.
I'm working on a new swing. I'm working on a new swing, so I'm trying to figure some things out.
Yeah. And honestly, I feel like that's a good. Segue. 15.
I believe what Barnes was talking about was Colin Morikawa being 15 under in today.
Yeah, you got me?
Yep, I got you. Okay, there you go.
Gino picked the worst day to come on. Dude. It's all right, dude.
We are talking about golf. Morikawa, 15 under par, wins the 149th Open Championship by shooting 66 on Sunday. He's the first golfer to win in his Open Championship debut. He also won the PGA championship last year in his debut, and he's only the second golfer other than Tiger Woods to win the PGA and the Open by the age of 25. And he's the first golfer since 1926 to win 2 majors in 8 starts at the age of 24. So all of it is in front of him. I think he could be, the next star in the game in a sport that's needed one, since Tiger had taste of other guys, but no one's been able to consistently do it. So I think Jordan Spieth, who finished second, 13 under par, and Louis Oosthuizen ties for third. Had the scoring record the first 2 days, but botched it with a 1 over 71 on Sunday. And Tony's guy, John Ram, after a shaky start, ends up finishing tied for third. But Gino, don't you think Morikawa could be the next Tiger? Potentially. I mean, I know we got a ways, but
yeah, I was just about to say, I think we've made this comment about a lot of golfers since Tiger, with Rory, with Spieth before, when he won 3 of the 4 in, the first time he was out there, and really, made a name for himself, with Brooks. So I feel like maybe a little bit too early to call this, but I mean, Morikawa also was the best out of all of those guys coming out of college too, right? He was, I think as they said yesterday, holds the record in NCAA for scoring or stroke play or whatever. And he's been, phenomenal over the course of his PGA Tour career. He made 22 consecutive cuts at a point, which was only surpassed by Tiger with 25 cuts, 25 straight cuts made to start his career. And he was dominant yesterday. I mean, he didn't make a single mistake. Yesterday. So, I mean, he looked really good, and I'm not ready to crown him yet as the next Tiger, but I think we're getting to that point.
In his last 30 holes, so that's how you finish a major championship.
And also, his putting was really good this weekend compared to previously.
I just so much left to be determined.
Yes, agreed. I think I've lost them again.
So coming up this week, 3M Open in. Man.
It's like a game. I don't know when they're coming back.
I mean, should we talk? Should we talk about the world of the National Basketball Association? I mean, do we want to go there, Michael?
I don't know.
I mean, do we just do a quick wrap up?
I mean, how do you not go there?
We should try. We should just. Yeah. I mean.
I maybe we're talking about the world of NBA basketball. I don't know. It's like a game knowing when they're going to come back. So there we go. Got it.
Yeah, we're starting our OnlyFans account.
But really quick, while we're
I don't know when to butt in. I think we're talking about NBA basketball. Giannis is really good. Chris Paul needs to step up, and the Suns need to win so that I can find happiness and Chris Paul can have happiness. That's my recap. This is let me check it. I wonder if we're like if we're frozen on. I think every time I say they're gone for good, they come back. So maybe they're coming back in the next 2 seconds. But if they are talking about NBA right now and they're still talking about it, I'm sure they'll pop in here in a second. The Bucks win 123-119 over the weekend. Giannis looked phenomenal again. Really has really proven himself over the past couple series, I think. Obviously, the big dunk at the end, that's what stands out in everybody's mind right now. Chris Paul and the Suns have a lot of work to do. They got off to that hot start, 2-0, and kind of have been faltering since then. And a big part of that has been the inability to contain Giannis. Him and Booker, both 40 points each of the last 2 games, but it's been Giannis. And then they've also had Middleton and Drew Holiday, who've been performing really well. Pat Connaughton's been playing really good defense. So the Bucks are kind of firing on all cylinders right now. Often I know in the past I've said a lot about Giannis and a lot about his abilities and had a lot of things to say about Giannis. But I think in reading Twitter and noticing what a lot of people have been saying about him, I think I'm starting to realize what is so obviously a big problem I have with Giannis is that he can't shoot. Not being able to shoot outside of the paint is a big issue in today's NBA. But I think the crazier part is that he's made in today's NBA where centers are obsolete. He's made the center position, the Shaq position, as many have said over the past few days, kind of he's so good that he's brought it back to the NBA and he's made it effective. And I think that's the craziest part that, in a world where the jump shot and the 3-pointer have become such an important part of the NBA, Giannis has stuck to his game and made inside the paint his area and nobody else's. And I think that's, there's a lot to be said about that. And I think that's really, really crazy what he's been able to do. And I know I give him a lot of slack a lot of time, but I think that, watching him and starting to kind of understand, listen to what people have said about him and said about his performances, I think that's the thing that stands out the most is that in a world that, basically you need a jump shot as a big man, he hasn't needed that to score 40 points and hasn't been stopped. And it speaks to his athleticism, his strength, and obviously his ability on the court. So Giannis has been fantastic, but so has Chris Middleton, so has Drew Holiday. And I think that's where these games are being decided in the fact that, Chris Paul had a couple really bad games in Milwaukee. So that obviously has been something that has been troubling the Suns. Booker's kind of been doing it all. There hasn't been much help, whereas the Bucks have gotten a lot of help, not only defensively, but offensively as well. So it's going to be an interesting one. I think they play tonight. I think game 6 is tonight. And that could be the deciding factor. Oh, excuse me. Tomorrow at 9 p.m. is game 6 back in Milwaukee. And then Thursday in Phoenix, if there is a game 7 necessary. I think everybody in this world wants a game 7. I think one of the things that is often said about these lower market or small market NBA finals or sports championships is that they're not interesting. But I think anybody can say that this series has been fantastic. Would you guys agree? Fantastic. Would you guys agree?
Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think, like I've been saying, it's just all the Giannis
over, Gino. Game 7.
No cares about basketball.
No, but Gino, don't you think Mike's running out of excuses?
Well, I said, I don't know if you guys
always
heard, but that's what I said. I was like, I don't know. I've given him a lot of slack, but I think he's made a position that is largely obsolete. I think he's made it work, and I think that's impressive. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it totally
I
does.
think it makes sense. Bucks, you're world champions this year. And
No, it's going to be Suns in 7.
Michael
Suns
will
in
be
7,
saying,
baby.
I don't know. What
Suns in
is
7.
honestly, what is your rhetoric for when they win? If they win, when they win, whatever you want to
Your
call it.
rhetoric.
Well, what is the
This is an asterisk season.
Oh my god.
What?
Everyone got injured.
I mean, out of his mind.
COVID year.
No, that is delusion.
No.
Complete delusion.
Everyone
Michael
got
King
hurt.
delusion.
So through
Everyone got hurt.
Yeah,
Everyone got hurt.
I respect Gino always didn't like Giannis. He doesn't have that delusion in him. I could just see it. See it from here.
I've changed my tune. I've changed my tune.
I like Giannis. If he wins, he's got my heart, but he hasn't won yet, so he doesn't have it.
But you expecting them to close it out in Game 6 tomorrow, or what do you think?
I don't know if Chris and Drew play as well as they've been playing. I wouldn't be surprised. Chris Paul's got to step it up. He's got to have 30, I think, with Booker's 40 for them to have a chance.
I mean, and then which play would you say was more important, the steal or the block?
The steal.
Yeah.
I think. Because the steal, that's like a series-changing moment. It was 2-2, and if the Suns score there and they go up 3-2, it completely changes the series. So I think that was the more important one.
Yeah. And it's just hats off to the Milwaukee Bucks. I mean, it's just the way they've played this whole postseason, this whole season. They've been very consistent, and I think everyone underrated some Tostitos or some
I know some
sushi.
snacks over here. Oh, dude, I could house some spicy
Gino,
tuna
are
roll.
you hungry?
Spicy crunch
I
tuna.
am so hungry. So
What do we do this to ourselves, dude?
Yeah. No, I can make it 7 hours without eating.
Right?
I'll be fine.
Fucking dumbasses we are.
But Tony, do you think the Bucks are going to close it out tomorrow?
No, I do not actually.
Really?
I really do think Chris Paul is going to have a bounce back game here. And with his kind of performance and leadership, the team's going to rally around him. Everyone loves Chris Paul, obviously. And then Booker's going to be Booker, and I think they're going to win.
All right. I mean, we'll have more of it in-depth next time.
I wouldn't hold your breath, dude.
No, I just said there you have it.
All right, and I think we should close out.
I think we're closing it out. I think that's what Barnes is doing right now. My imagination is that Barnes is closing it out right now.
What?
Michael King is not 10 Mai Tais.
Yeah. So that being said, I think we're going to Sakura.
All right, let's get out of here.
I'd like to thank everyone for joining with us.
Thanks
Sticking
to
with us,
Gino.
keep commenting, liking, subscribing. We'll have a cleaner product for tomorrow. Enjoy your night.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.